How's everybody doing tonight? Go on and say a little prayer to yourself so that we can get started. Say a little prayer to yourself. Amen and amen. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the women in the church. Back in the Bible days, there was a lot of women in the church. And just like today, there are a lot of women in the church now. It's a lot of women in the church. And y'all women come in the church. And some of you are bite-sized, but some of you are a little jello-y. I said this to say, when you're shaking around in the church, y'all know that song, they call it wobble. Wobble, baby, wobble, baby, wobble. Yo, big girl. That's what they say. Yo, big girl, can you back it up? If you in church and you wobbling and going on like that in church, and you wobbling and shake it, okay? First of all, we need to slow down a little bit. Do it a little slower so you won't be wobbling so much. I dropped by to tell you just to slow it down just a little bit because you wobble all over the church. If you got a little extra meat on your bones, it be shaking and you're always shaking like a salt shaker. You can't do that in church. You got to slow down. You got to give the preacher a little time to get himself together because you girls come walking in the church, you ladies with the bounce-ity, and the riggedy, and the shakety. And the preacher got to keep his mind on the Lord. How he's supposed to keep his mind on the Lord when you shaking everywhere? Y'all got to tone it down a little bit, put a little tightness on there, tighten it up, little girdle here, little girdle there. Ain't nothing wrong with a little girl in the church. Because the church is there for us to enjoy Jesus. It ain't there for you to come there doing a wobble all over the church. That song was made for big girls. He tell you, yo, big girl, can I back it up? You back it up. Don't y'all back it up in church. Okay? We're going to keep it settled in the church. All right, ladies, no wobble, no shake it, you know, just wave your hands in the church if you're shaking a little too much. You can wave your hands because you don't want to distract the preacher. I stopped by to tell you, I mean that you can't help it if you're just shaking all over the place. You can't help it, but you can just shake just a little bit. Just shake just a little bit, because when you feel it, when you feel it, when it hits you, you got to move. You don't have no other choice but to move when you feel it. But I'm just saying, just tone it down just a little bit. I stopped by to tell you just to tone it down just a little bit, because we need to keep our eyes on Jesus, and we got to keep our mind on Jesus. We don't want our mind on the flappity and the shaky, the wibbly wobbly. We want our mind to stay on Jesus. So we're going to leave you with that tonight. Be careful how you shake it, and walk up in the church, because we want to keep our minds on Jesus. You want to keep your mind on Jesus. Tighten it up a little bit. Put on a little girdle. If you got to put some saran wrap around there, just take the saran wrap and just wrap yourself all around and do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around, because that's what it's all about, Jesus. All right, now, we're going to leave y'all with that.